Adventure has always been a part of my life. It was a part of my family since before I came into this world. And I feel like a huge part of that passed down to me. But it wasn't something that was natural. It's something that I had to find myself. It took a while, too. I left the world of adventure, rebelled against everything that my family and my father stood for. And it wasn't until after their deaths that I really began to fall in love with Mother Nature again. It wasn't necessarily about sending the hardest climbs or, going into the most extreme environments. It's just kind of about getting out there and enjoying what this world has to offer. That's what I got left with.
Okay, much love to everyone, and all my family, the Denali, Sequoia. Love you guys very much.
I remember the story of Marty and Denali because it was on the national news, and I'd also read articles about Marty previously, so I looked up Sequoia and matched the father and the daughter. Marty was really popular and outstanding alpinist, so lots of people knew him, and together we sort of bumped into all these different people that knew Marty and Denali.
Ian and I had a bunch of mutual friends, and I was looking for a climbing partner at the time to do Mount Aspiring.
My name's Ian Bergen, and I've been climbing and skiing in New Zealand for about 20 years. I got sent a message by Sequoia asking to climb Mount Aspiring together, so I agreed, and that was the first time we met. Yeah, it was good. Got on really well, and the next trip was planned within about a month of that one finishing.
I'd gone on a lot of expeditions with guides and especially friends of my dad, and it was important to me that if I was entering the world of climbing that I found a climbing partner that wasn't a guide, somebody that I could grow with and learn with. Those partnerships that you form in the mountains are really, really rare, and they last for your entire lifetime. I've been climbing for 6 years now, and Ian's my main climbing partner. I found him 4 years ago, and I love entering the mountains with him. We have a really good rapport, and we're able to work off each other really well. Ian and I had talked about doing Auraki multiple times, just because for me it was something that was really close to my father's heart. It's a mountain that's been a part of our family for a long time. My father trained in the New Zealand Alps, and specifically on Auraki before he went to the Himalayas. My brother climbed it for his 16th birthday, and my dad had over 27 summits on the mountain. I just wanted to, feel the presence of one of New Zealand's most powerful mountains. We had a weather window for Auraki, beautiful weather, crisp weather. Because it had rained so much, there was quite a bit of fresh snow that was up there. So we started our ascent, I think it was around midnight, and it was a slog, and I was definitely, I felt pretty overwhelmed emotionally, I think, and physically as well. We were moving slow, and we were skidding most of the way. Good. And so we got to the upper Linda, and we were traversing over. One of the teams ahead of us turned back, and the guide, Pablo, who had been on there for many years, said he didn't really like the snow conditions.
So ran into Pablo, who was ahead of us, and turned around and wasn't crazy about the snow conditions, and he's been a guide here for forever. So that definitely sketched me out a bit, and we're already running a little late, and now we're sitting under an ice thing, so I'm not going to explain too much more. But Ian and I made a decision to turn around and go back down. But it's a beautiful morning in the mountains, so life's good.
So Ian and I looked at each other, and after kind of evaluating everything, we said, okay, let's have a nice ski down. So we sat on the side perch of the glacier for a little bit and enjoyed a beautiful sunrise in the Auraki Mount Cook National Park. 5 a.m. in the morning, just absolutely stunning. Jumped on our skis and skied all the way down. It was a beautiful ski, incredible day. And it was just
amazing to be out in the mountains. That's what I love, is just the passion of the mountains, you know. We helied out that afternoon. We got a helicopter out, went into Mount Cook Village, got to see some footage of my dad in this TV series called Wild About New Zealand, where he goes around Aoraki, Mount Cook National Park, and shows Gus Roxburgh how to ice climb.
Watch out for ice. You're right there on that bulge. So get your high steps up and around the bulge and stand up high. There you go. That's a good one. Good. Trust your feet. 80% your legs.
And just seeing his enthusiasm and his engagement, and he lights up when he talks about mountaineering.
First time coming here in '88, you know, I got down on a bus and I fell in love with it. And the reason, it has everything here, from the top-notch skiing, steep ice, alpine ice, water ice, to vertical rock, some of the best rock climbing. This all trains me up for the Himalayas, for the greater mountain ranges.
He's still teaching me to this day to have passion for these incredible formations that Mother Nature developed, and to be able to explore and enjoy and question and be enthusiastic about the mountains and everything that they have to offer. Not just physically, but mentally and spiritually and emotionally. When you venture into the mountains, you grow as a person. You can take those lessons and you can bring them back to your everyday life, and it's incredibly powerful. After coming out of Aoraki, we weren't done yet. We wanted to go on another little adventure. So we loaded up the van and headed over to Wanaka, Queenstown area. This trip was another 2 weeks of incredible exploration and great partnership, and see some good friends and catch up with some people who were a big part of my dad's life and my brother's life as well. Getting to spend time with Mark Tubbs and getting to see people like Lydia Brady, who my dad climbed with, and there's a sense of connection in a climbing community, and more specifically in the New Zealand climbing community, because my dad was quite a big part of that. And it's amazing to have those relationships and those friendships passed down to me through the years. It's an opportunity for me to reconnect with both my dad and my brother. I've been fortunate enough through my 20s to travel all over the world, and there's nowhere in the world like New Zealand. The landscape and the people and the culture is remarkable, and it's what keeps me coming home constantly.